Africa, we were able to achieve it in 2 years. What's the next step?
First of all, we have the assurance, and I also want our flying public to know it, that we have the assurance and confidence that our processes and procedures, which translates into quality of the forecast we give, are in accordance with whatever standard anybody can aspire to achieve. So we are confident that we are doing the right thing. So government is doing what it should do. So the assurance is that the government has done what is humanly possible. NIMET is also doing what is humanly possible to minimize those risks by providing the accurate information, by providing the right equipment and instruments. So going back to the benefits of the ISO, we have assurance that we are doing the right thing. That's the short answer to that. In accordance with ICAO standards, in accordance with the vision of the ministry to be world class, to provide safe and secure airspace over Nigeria.
Now, Doctor, let's just hold our thoughts for about a minute and take this quick break. And when we come back, we shall be taking a look at the issue of funding, which I know the agency perhaps will be having some, shall I say, challenges in that. You talked about the commercialization issue, but we'll take a look at that after this break. It's still question time here on Channels Television. We'll be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Every day as they happen, opinions arise.
I lost money in Africa. Sanusi said he couldn't care about the shareholders. Is that possible?
For and against, they have to be heard.
The government of this dispensation has made a very strong commitment. Yet, bomb skips going on every day. People are dying, and we are talking grammar.
Unfiltered.
We are the worst advertisement of the product we are trying to pick.
Uninhibited.
People are contravening and contradicting traffic rules.
And issues are laid bare.
This is what is called in psychology narcissism. Is worse than megalomania.
And the weight decided by you. Face Off, Wednesdays 8 to 9 p.m. only on Channels Television.
Welcome back. It's still question time on Channels Television. Our guest, Dr. Anuforom, the DG, CEO of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, is still here with us. He said quite a lot, and of course we shall be taking a look at the issue of funding, which I told you that we will be discussing right after the break. So how does the agency go about the issue of funding? I'm so interested about this attempt by the agency to commercialize, and what can you tell us of that?
Very big issue. I tell people that NIMET is a big organization with little money. So what we try to do is to make the best out of the little we have, while also try to improve. Like I said, our emphasis, we are giving so much emphasis right now to commercialization so that we can increase our revenue generation.
Now, I like what you said about having to perhaps sooner rather than later, have the ability to predict what goes on in some local areas involving weather, in some states. Are we getting near that? Does that include this as well?
We've been working on that for some time now. That is what we call numeric weather prediction. Numeric weather prediction, where you use computer models with local data, infused into it to generate weather forecasts. At the moment, we have been trial running the numeric weather prediction system that we developed for about 6 weeks now. We haven't come out publicly because we want to be sure that we've got it right. And I can tell you that the evaluation we have done with our numeric weather prediction is showing that we are doing well. The results are doing well. Maybe when we come out, we'll invite you for a special press conference on that. That's what we are planning to do. We can tell you that it will rain in Asokoro but Wuse will be dry. We'll be able to tell you that the temperature in Ikeja airport is going to be so and so. But if you get down to Oshodi, it will change. That is where we are going. And these are things that are made possible because we've got more encouragement than ever before in the last 2-3 years. It has been unprecedented. And you know where the credit should go to. You know, we feel fulfilled professionally that we have been given opportunity to express what we can do. And I can tell you that NIMET professionals here, we compare with anybody in the world, anywhere. We go out to conferences, we go out to workshops, we interact with our colleagues from every part of the world, and I can tell you we are well respected in terms of competence. But what has been lacking all this while is the enabling environment. And this is what this minister has done for us. This is what this present administration, within the framework of the transformational agenda, has done for us.
Now, you've ruled out all these development strides are made by NIMET within these past few years. But I always ask myself this question, and I'm sure you'll be asking yourself the same thing, that under this present administration, yes, perhaps they've done quite a lot, to ensure that things go well according to plan. But do you really think, even beyond this present administration, can we really sustain, the momentum? Do you foresee any danger, perhaps, in the near future?
Of course, even in life there is danger, but that is why we are putting every measure as much as we can in place to ensure sustainability. Look, no system, because these things we are talking about, they sound so easy, but they are very expensive to do. Take, for instance, and that's another thing we have not talked about, our upper air observation. Prior to this government, we had only one upper air station in Abuja, and it was donated by the European Union. But today, we have 8 upper air stations in Nigeria. Unprecedented. It has never happened in the history of this country. These are facts. You can visit those upper air stations. The one in Calabar just started running. The one in Yola just started running. That of Jos, we are about to start running it. Enugu, Meduguri, Ikeja, not Ikeja, well, Oshodi in Lagos. I've mentioned Enugu already. From one that was a donation to 8 within a space of 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's unprecedented. These things must be sustained. Now, I don't want to talk about the Doppler weather radar. It's a high-tech equipment that costs a lot of money to buy and install, costs a lot of money to run. When you generate the products for different organizations, for different sectors of the economy, many a time we get requests from some MDAs, and when we give them bills, they say they will not pay. That is government. We are government. It's not possible. So the danger indeed is that if we do not generate revenue, these things will go down. There is no pretense about that. That is why we are taking the issue of increasing our revenue base very seriously.
So, Doctor, give us a little bit more insight. I mean, what are the major challenges that you face as the DG of NIMET presently?
Well, the usual, I don't want to talk about the usual thing, lack of funding. That doesn't have become that's right. Now, you see, what we are doing with the leadership of the minister, we are sort of taking people to terrains that they are not used to. Telling people that you have to make money. Even the staff that work with you, many of them are not used to the fact that you cannot keep funding meteorological service ad infinitum. You cannot do that. Coming to terms with the fact that we must now be a revenue adder. We must be a net provider of revenue for government instead of